God is good.
Amen.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah. Jesus.
Great.
Amen.
There's nothing like it.
Amen.
That's right.
This world thinks it has something to offer. There's nothing on their agenda. There's nothing in any of their accounts that holds any sway for me. Maybe see. We live in a time that everybody's looking for instant gratification.
Amen.
And we as the Church of God we've kind of slipped into this mode where we think that things should happen a certain way. That way may not be the same way it is for you, but we've all got the way it's supposed to go. And we find ourselves relying on tradition and instinct more than spirit. We want to move with God, but it comes a certain way. We've got to be ready to do things the way the Lord wants them done. It's been some beautiful praise and worship. Too often we sing the songs and we speak the words and we never absorb them into our being. See, He is the firm foundation. He is the rock. He is the strong tower. He is the standard that raises when the flood comes. We've got to know beyond a shadow of a doubt in our hearts and minds that when things aren't going the way we expect them to go, when things don't seem to be working out just like we want them to be, that He still is that great and mighty fortress.
Thank you, Lord.
And when we can't see the end of the road, He's already walked it, like the song said this morning. He's already been there no matter what I see. No matter how tough it seems like it is, He's already been down that road. As Christians, so many times we travel the road less traveled. And it seems like it's hard to walk and it's hard to face what's on that road. But He's already been there. He's already cut the path. He's already made the way for us to walk down that road.
Praise you, brother.
And when it seems like there is nothing left for us to do, you just got to keep going on. And when it seems like you've walked up to the wall through. Because that's the God we serve. See, he said, I am the door.
Yes, he did.
Even when you look in there ain't no door. He's the door. You just got to walk up and let it open.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
Even when you can't see it, it's there.
Sorry. Thank you, Jesus.
That's the faith that moves mountains.
Yes, it did.
That's the calling of an election sure. There is trouble on every side. And it seems like sometimes we've got to scrap and fight and struggle for everything we get. See, but here's the thing. It's already yours. It already belongs to you. Brother Roger, the Lord's shown me so many things over the last week. I can't begin to thank Him for all the blessings and all the move of God that I've seen. You know, sometimes we get things crossways in our minds about things, about spiritual things, about the way things move and the workings of God. The Word says in the book of Jude, the 3rd verse, that we're supposed to earnestly contend for faith. Historically speaking, they say at the end of the Civil War, if the North had known just how bad it was, they would have lost. Because they shouldn't have won. Things looked dire. And it looked like they shouldn't have won, but they won anyway because they kept on fighting. And as kids growing up, we were taught that we read the back of the book and we already know who wins. But just because we won the war doesn't mean the battles are still going to be easy.
Sorry.
Just because the war is over. See, in my mind, I think a little differently than most folks. A lot of people talk about Jesus and death and hell and getting the keys and this great titanic epic battle that took place in the halls of hell. I don't see it that way. Those were his keys anyway. They belong to him. Just imagine somewhere back in the corner of the hell, the devil was hiding. He knew Jesus was on his way. I don't believe the Lord had to speak a word. All he had to do was stand there like this. There wasn't nothing he could do. He stood before the God of the universe. God who made all things, his creator, his master. Thinking he's going to do something with those keys. What's he going to do? And sometimes we get it confused in our heads. I'm not saying the struggle isn't real. Because the struggle is real. As long as we in this flesh, we're going to fight. But we got to fight the good fight knowing one thing.
Right.
Like the book of Job said, or the book of Jude said, we earnestly contend.
Yeah.
Most great fighters will tell you in their minds the fight's already won. They just got to make it through the rounds.
That's right.
Brothers and sisters, there's just a few rounds left.
That's right.
Right.
And the God of this world wants you to forget. One day back in the corner of hell somewhere, Jesus just stood looking at it. See, there ain't nothing the devil can do past the blood. And as we gather in our churches on Sundays and Wednesdays and Saturdays, whenever you hold service, we sing praises to the great God of the universe. We thank Him for His power, His mercy, His delivering hand, His victory. And then we go out and we get defeated. Because somewhere in the middle of all that, we forgot who He was. It's His worth. There's only one man in this universe that can say, this is my work. And we've got to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that that's the one we serve. Jobs come and go. Sickness comes and goes. Heartache comes and goes. Beyond all of that, there is one constant in this universe. And when you rest your head at night, if you serve Him, you can lay your head down knowing that everything's going to be all right.
That's right. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Because I know in whom I have.
That's right.
I know who He is.
Amen. Thank you, Jesus.
He's the God who formed the foundations of the world. He's the God that put Noah in the boat and shut the door.
That's right.
He's the God that stood with David when he looked across at Goliath and said, who is this uncircumcised Philistine? See, I don't know if you guys are feeling it this morning, but he just looked across there and said, boy, I don't know who you think you are. You may got all these boys on the hills full. They scared to come down here and look at you. But I know who I serve.
Right.
And I don't know who you think you are. But I'm about to show you
That's right.
the God of Israel.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
I'm about to introduce you to the one who let you get as big as you are in the first place.
That's right. Thank you, Jesus.
David didn't have no qualms going down there and hitting him with that stone and hacking his head off.
That's right.
See, because he defied the armies of the living God.
That's right. Thank you, Jesus.
Now, I don't know who the devil thinks he is today. But sometimes in your eyes, he looks pretty big. But the thing you got to remember today is the great God of the universe is the one that allowed him to get that big in the first place. And he ain't getting no bigger than God is anyway. So he can go on ahead and stomp and carry on all he wants to and act real big and act like he's somebody. But somewhere back in the corner of his mind, he remembers that day in hell.
That's right.
When all he can do is hide back in the corner.
It's all right.
Preach it, brother.
It's all right.
While Jesus stood there looking. See, his rampage is only going to go on for so long.
It's all right.
Now, I'm not talking about the end of the world. I'm talking about your situation.
It's all right.
Oh yeah, he's big and bad. He's stirred up a little dust. He's tossed a little sand.
Because you knocked it over.
But he can only go so far.
Oh, it's not yours.
We've got to be right now ready to contend. We cannot be afraid today to stand and look the devil in the eye and say it.
Amen.
It's all right.
You've had it long enough. You've stood tormented me long enough. You've threatened me long enough. You've stood in my way long enough. It's time for you to give it up. Because God said it's time for me to contend and take back what's mine. I'm going to fight this fight. I'm going to stand in who to be, who I have to be today. Because I am the child of the Most High God.
Thank you, Lord.
Preach it, brother.
It's all right. Come on. Thank you, Jesus.
Jesus, Legion. I've got in my mind he was just about disgusted with those demons roaming that man. They knew. Here he comes.
It's all right.
That's right.
Right.
Have you come to torment us before the time?
That's right.
Yeah.
What's your name? The Legion. Go.
That's right. That's right.
Go!
It's all right.
I'm tired of you messing with folks. Get out of here. Sometimes we think that we've got to put on this great big elaborate show, this big pyrotechnic thing where everything blows up and there's sound and volume. All we got to do is look at the table and say, go! It's time! God said it's time to go! We give him too much authority.
Amen.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I ain't talking about getting in yourself like the seven sons of Sceva did. But I'm talking about contending for the faith.
That's right.
I'm talking about walking worthy of the vocation
Yeah.
wherein you were called.
Thank you, Lord.
We ain't got to turn tail and run every time the devil puffs up his chest like a bullfrog.
It's all right.
That's right.
That's right.
It's all right.
Amen.
The weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
That's right.
Try as we might, we can't get out our shotgun. We can't puff up our chest. We can't walk in who we think we are. Because none of it matters. None of it amounts to nothing. But he's already lost the keys.
It's all right.
I heard a preacher one time say, devil ain't got the keys to his own house. We do not have to submit our will to the will of the devil at any time.
That's right.
It's all right. Thank you, Jesus.
When it looks bad, just remember who Jesus is.
Amen.
When you're going in the middle of it. When I was, several years ago, I was really, really sick.